carte blanche. Don't matter, don't care. And you know what? When those elections start going around again in 2016, we're not going to remember this. Because you know why? You and me as Americans are sitting at home still eating our Hostess Twinkies because they're not going anywhere. No. This is just a plot, a ploy, a strategy, if you will, to get out of this whole union debacle they got themselves into. And I would also put it on record, too, folks. They can. Yes, they most certainly can afford to maintain their employees' salaries and their benefits and their retirement. Of course they can. You can't tell me they can't, because I can do mathematics. If you're in a situation where you have a company that grows to 18,000 plus employees nationwide, you can certainly handle paying their way. Yes, you can. Because you stop and think about it, each one of those employees actually breaks down on a percentage basis to your overall pie, doesn't it? Otherwise, you couldn't be in business. You couldn't call yourself a businessman or a business entity or a corporation or anything else. Okay? So this is all BS. This is Hostess BS-filled Twinkies is what we're being fed right now. And my heart goes out to the families and the friends of the employees that actually specifically work in the main plant in Bilford, and and the town. I hope they can recover from this, because I think, quite frankly, what you're going to see in the coming months is as they reorganize, quote unquote, and they come back as a new company, quote unquote, you're going to see them actually farming and trucking a whole ton of workers into that place, because of course all the workers that are there now certainly won't and shouldn't work for the pittance wages that they're about to be offered. So yeah, that's the whole situation there with the Twinkie deal. And I gotta say, I feel kind of betrayed. I'm 45 years old now. I've been an avid Twinkie and Ding Dong consumer since 5-6 years old. 40 years. Yeah, I feel like that almost qualifies me to, I don't know, make demands upon a company like that. Doesn't it? Is it just me? Am I just being my usual crash talking self, or is this something that I'm onto here? I think, in fairness, we really have to kind of start looking at some hard realities. And, one of the hard realities is you have to really feel for Gregory Rayburn, who's only getting $125,000 a month to deal with this mess. That's got to be tough. You've got thousands of families that really aren't going to have Christmas now because of these decisions. And, I'm sure Mr. Rayburn probably would sit there and say, well, it's only 1 year. I'm sure they'll get a job at 7-Eleven or something next year. Isn't that what he'd say? I think that's what he'd say. For $125,000 a month, I'd probably say it too. So there you go. Mr. Rayburn, I'm going to pull you up a seat right next to the Biebs in a few minutes here. Here's your Guantanamo cell. Yeah. There he goes. Frickin' Twinkies. Anyway, moving on. Excuse me. Pardon me. We're going to go for a commercial break here in just a few short minutes here, and then we're going to get into the Biebs and his mayhemic nightmare. But before we do that, I'm going to give you a little Facebook update. The listeners of this show will remember my recent episode, Facebook, We Have a Problem, into which I've discussed a great number, almost ad nauseum, about Facebook and their policies, procedures, rights to privacy, security, etc., etc. Oh, and their flagrant mismanagement of all kinds of things to do with business, too. Yes, we've covered that. So I won't go into that again, but I will kind of throw in this little tidbit here for today's show. It seems that Facebook has well, what have they done? They've embarked on a complete censorship campaign for elbows. Yep. You heard me. Elbows. Yeah, the little crooks at the between your shoulder and your wrist there that makes your arm bend. Yeah, elbows. Apparently, Facebook has removed some risque pictures of a blonde woman reclining in a bathtub. Whatever did they think it was? It goes actually at first glance to this picture of a naked woman reclining. Well, you can't even tell she's naked. You can see her head. Okay? You can't see the rest of her. She might be wearing a full set of clothes under there. You don't know. But apparently it's a naked woman reclining in a bathtub. It may seem rather risque at first glance, but it is in fact a completely innocent photo. The only nudity visible is her shoulder and her elbow, although it is posed to appear inappropriate. Yet this was enough for Facebook to censor it from the site. If you actually look at the photo at first glance, if you really kind of just, you can really see it right away. There's no ticking around with this one. It doesn't look like severely huge breasts. I mean, you can kind of, I don't know, like those MC Escher pictures, you can kind of cross your eyes and look at it sideways for 20 minutes, and you can kind of almost envision that the elbows look like big breasts, but it doesn't. She's sitting there in a bathtub. You can see her shoulders, her face, and her elbows. Yes, well, they've banned this picture now. Put out by a web magazine, Series of the Deep Understanding of Things. Now, these guys, they've got a cool little website. I like their stuff. Look them up on Facebook if you like. Theories of the Deep Understanding of Things. And, they were kind of shocked because what they had done is they had put this up actually as a test image just to get their things rolling on their newly released page. Within an hour, yes, that's right, less than 60 minutes, the picture was banned. It was taken down off their page, and wow. Now, the snap was uploaded by the Theories of the Deep Understanding of Things magazine on the apparently on they just wanted to test the social network's terms of service in their dealing with pictures that are misleading. Not sexual or pornographic in nature, just misleading. If the posed the question of whether the photo sharing website content policies are based on indecency or the mere appearance of indecency. However, it didn't take long for the social network to quickly take the photo down for violating the service's terms. Now, the magazine wrote on its Facebook page, quote, "So here's last night's FB alertness test results. FB moderators can't tell an elbow from a dangerous, filthy, uncanny, and violent female breast." In the past, Facebook has banned mothers from posting photos of themselves breastfeeding their children. No questions were asked as far as taking the post down from Facebook to the magazine. That was a little strange. The test follows a series of protests over Facebook's policy on pictures of women breastfeeding. Facebook has banned mothers from posting photos of themselves breastfeeding their children. The decision to remove the quote-unquote inappropriate photos has caused protests by women's groups. Now, the social networking site, which has recently announced its 1 billionth sign-up, claimed that those images which show too much breast violate terms and conditions. It has warned that the users who continue to post photos which it deems inappropriate could lose their access to the site altogether. Wow. No sex, but crushed heads are okay in Facebook's moderation policies. The latest Facebook moderation gaffe highlights the social network's zealous but inconsistent efforts to eliminate so-called graphic content from the site. Breastfeeding mothers have protested against the site for blocking photos of them feeding their babies because they are inappropriate, while many other graphic pictures remain uncensored. More recently, there was an outrage at Facebook's moderators for blocking pictures of the Israeli bombardment of Gaza, while similar pictures showing the effect of Hamas rocket attacks remained available. What is that all about? And here, I'm going to go you one further. On my Facebook account, I subscribe to some of these pages. You're probably familiar with pages of different topics of interest, and I have some interest in, BDSM and domestic discipline and spanky and all that good stuff. So, of course, I follow pages that put out that kind of imagery and that kind of content. And none of them are blocked. None of them. Oh, and here's the other thing. There's also a bunch of young ladies out there around their 20s who are, claiming to be models and trying out for Playboy and all these things. In fact, I've got one here that consistently sends me messages off this one bloody page to go and like her latest picture in some contest somewhere. Now, the pictures that she's putting out, they're not bikinis. They're not bathing. No, she's trying out for Playboy. This is nudity, folks. Yeah, full boobies, full crotch, the whole 9 yards. Not even a G-string. You couldn't even claim the Brazil defense. The Brazil defense. That's right. It's my new term for the day, the Brazil defense. No, just completely nude. There's your butt. There it is. Oh, there's the little pink bits in the middle. You all know what I'm talking about. That stuff goes on all day long, untouched. Now, why is that? Does Hefner own half of Facebook? No. Do these women, these self-proclaimed supermodels? No, of course not. But why is that stuff allowed, yet breastfeeding a child isn't? Doesn't this sound familiar? Doesn't this kind of sound to you exactly like, oh, gee, all the stuff I was talking about in We Have a Problem Facebook? It sure does. And so, I'll close off this little segment by saying that, that crap with Facebook is alive and well. We're going to go for a very special commercial break right now, courtesy of Mr. Osborne and Justin Bieber. And we'll be back in 2 minutes with more of the Crash Talk.
Welcome to 4G. Don't touch my hair, man.
All right. So the new version is 5G?
No, now it's 4G.
It's just 5G. So
this is 5G, I think.
It's a 5G.
What you talking about?
Just a 5G. Just say a 5. Just say 5G.
All aboard the 5G train. How many bloody G's are there?
I'll take it from here.
Oh, okay.
All right, we're going to lose Ozzy. Bring in the new one.
Marker.
Ozzy's in the background, guys.
What?
He's in the background.
Is this the way out?
The new buyback program. You buy it now, we buy it back when it's time to upgrade.
It's Bieber, 6G Fever.
What's a 6G?
What the f***'s a Bieber?
I don't know, kind of looks like a girl.
I'm Ozzy Osbourne, and I'm the Prince of Darkness.
The Lich King is the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy.
Well, maybe you're the one who's been riding a crazy train, but I've been the Prince of Darkness since 1979. There can be only one Prince of Darkness. Cheyenne!
World of Warcraft. Try it for free at warcraft.com.
What's your game? Hello, I'm William Shatner, and I'm a shaman. I'm a conduit of the ancient forces of nature. You're no doubt wondering, hey, Shatner, how do I hurl bolts of lightning? Simple. Get World of Warcraft, dog. You can be anyone you want. I'm William Shatner, and I'm a shaman. What's your game?
World of Warcraft, the #1 online game. Try it for free at warcraft.com.
Yeah, rated T for teen. But not just any teen. Oh no. It's the teen in between. Welcome back to Crash Talk. You are tuned in to HTLA Radio 1 New York. I am your host, Chris Crash Jesus Taylor. And today's episode, Bieber Twinkies. Yes, Bieber Twinkies. He might look not so great on the outside, but cut him in half and look at the inside creamy goodness. Yep. Anywho, we've covered the Twinkies aspect of this show quite handily, I might add. And we're going to move on now to the main puddin'. That's right, the main filling, the Bieber in the Bieber Twinkies.